Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Senator, that's literally every member of your party, from moderate to more progressive, that have said that in the past.
But you actually did make a similar point back in 2013. That's when Tea Party Republicans pushed to shut down the government.
It's more than fair to ask the president to negotiate improvements to the Affordable Care Act, but not with the threat of shutting down the government or defaulting on our debt. It's just no way to do business and can't be allowed to proceed that way, not only for this president, but for future presidents.
Senator, why is now different? Let me ask you, because you say this is a Republican shutdown, but it's Democratic senators who are withholding their votes on what is called a clean resolution. That means no strings attached.
Guys, the Democrats are not safe even amongst the fake news. The people who consistently play cover for them are seemingly abandoning them on this issue. Maybe they know something that they're not telling us, which is that the American people can see through the fiasco. Obviously, a Democrat shutdown is taking place, not just a government shutdown, a Democrat shutdown, because the Democrats are the ones who are voting to literally shut down the government, or Republicans are voting to keep it open. So we hear all the stuff about healthcare, this, that, and the third, but the fact is the shutdown is occurring and there are services that are suffering today, and it's extremely unlikely that the Democrats are going to get any headway here. So we got Kristen Welker here, just like in the intro, except this time with Dollar Tree Obama Hakeem Jeffries out here cooking him with his own words. It's glorious, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this.
This week, we're in tour till Leader Schumer reopens the government. When is the last time you spoke with Republican leadership?
Well, the last time there was a conversation with Republican leadership was in the White House meeting last Monday. And unfortunately, since that point in time, Republicans, including Donald Trump, have gone radio silent. And what we've seen is negotiation through deep fake videos, the House canceling votes, and of course, President Trump spending yesterday on the golf course. That's not responsible behavior. As Democrats, our view is that we will find bipartisan common ground with our Republican colleagues to reopen the government, to actually pass a spending bill that meets the needs of the American people. But we have to decisively address this Republican health care crisis that is devastating hardworking American taxpayers.
You know, Democrats are demanding an extension of Obamacare tax credits, which expire at the end of the year, as well as other health care benefits for the funding bill. Here is what the vice president said about that this week. Take a look.
It's a lie told by the Democrats that they're not trying to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. It's a lie that is obviously untrue if you just look at the text that they gave us.
He says that Democrats are lying. What is your response to that?
Well, unfortunately, Republicans are lying because they're losing in the court of public opinion as it relates to what's going on right now. We are standing up for the health care of hardworking American taxpayers, of working class Americans, of middle class Americans, and everyday Americans who have seen over the last several months Republicans pass their one big ugly bill, largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Hospitals and nursing homes and community-based health clinics are closing all throughout the country, including in rural America. If Republicans continue to refuse.
Let's not pretend that Medicaid benefits were ever intended for people like me or people around my age and younger that were fully eligible to work, but just decided, hey, I just want to suck on this government teat instead. That's basically what the Democrats want. Anytime there are measures that are put in place, even if they're intended to be temporary, even if they have temporary in the name, they love to extend these benefits forever. That's why you can't ever really give the Democrats anything. You can't bend, you can't negotiate. You pretty much just got to say no to everything. Otherwise, they're going to want to extend things further because it helps out their bottom line. Hey, free stuff, everybody, free stuff. They always want to promise more free stuff, which inevitably just presses the taxpayers more. In the end, the people who receive the most benefit are the people who do the least. And illegal aliens are definitely part of their target group, as the Democrats have been promising illegal aliens health care for many years now, and some of them are getting it. That goes for both over the table and under the table, because some illegal aliens have illegal paperwork and are frauds. Many of them are frauds, as we've been seeing consistently on this channel. There's fraudulent paperwork for everything.
The number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
And there's also the temporary protected status that the Democrats have been trying to extend and extend and extend and change the categorizations of people around so that they can continue to give these people funding and then say that, well, technically they're not illegal, even though they are inevitably not U.S. citizens.
Leader Jeffries, let me ask you, because as you just mentioned, you are also calling for a complete rollback of the Medicaid cuts, which Republicans just passed. They say it's a non-starter. Why include that? Why not just focus on your argument that you want to see those Obamacare tax credits extended, which expire at the end of the year?
This Republican health care crisis is all-encompassing, and it has been devastating to the well-being of the American people. We're talking about people in rural America, working-class America, urban America, small-town America, the heartland of America, and black and brown communities all throughout America. Now, we have made clear that in terms of what's immediately in front of us, there, of course, is an urgent need to address the Affordable Care Act and the Republicans' refusal to extend these tax credits. What we're talking about here is a dramatic impact on real, everyday Americans. A married couple of two, for instance, that makes $88,000 a year, a modest amount, currently pays about $8,000 a year in their health care insurance. That's already too much. But if these Affordable Care Act tax credits expire, that same couple will be forced to pay $24,000 a year. It's unaffordable. It will bankrupt them. It will leave them without coverage. And those are the people who we're fighting for.
But let me ask you, because you say this is a Republican shutdown, but it's Democratic senators who are withholding their votes on what is called a clean resolution. That means no strings attached, which is something, quite frankly, Leader, that you and other Democrats have advocated for in the past. Take a look.
You do not use the threat of shutting down government to try to advance your policy agenda.
First thing that the House has to do is pass a clean 6-week CR.
A continuing resolution that is at the fiscal year 2023 levels is the only way forward.
Why not fund the government and debate extending Obamacare tax credits after the fact? They don't expire till the end of the year.
Well, what we've called for is a bipartisan negotiation where Democrats and Republicans can sit.
We know the reason, guys. Because the Democrats don't have any leverage. Their only leverage is basically holding the entire country hostage so that they can get health care that will inevitably fund illegal aliens. And they want to lie about it, just like how they lied about how the border was open, just like how they lied about how they needed a bipartisan bill to close the border, even though Trump had it closed back when he was president in 2017. Just like how they lied about how the economy was great under Sleepy Joe, even though inflation was at topping off above 9%. I mean, these people lie, lie, lie. So what would make anyone think at this point who was paying attention that they're not lying now?
Down in good faith, reopen the government, pass a spending bill that actually improves the quality of life of the American people in an environment where the cost of living is already too high. Republicans promised to lower costs on day one. Costs aren't going down, they're going up. And if these Affordable Care Act tax credits are allowed to expire, premiums and healthcare costs are going to skyrocket. And America is already too expensive for the American people because of the Trump failed policies, the Trump tariffs, and this will make things worse. So we just want a bipartisan negotiation that addresses the healthcare crisis at the same period of time with the fierce urgency of now.
Let me ask you, because the administration has personally targeted you with memes throughout this negotiation. We'll show a screenshot of one of the videos. This was put out by the president. The president also called the Democrats the party of, quote, hate, evil, and Satan. Is the president someone you still feel like you can negotiate with? Do you have that relationship with him?
Well, that behavior is outrageous, it's unhinged, it's unreasonable, and it speaks for itself. The American people deserve better than lies, than attacks, than deep fake videos.
These are the people who literally liken the president to Adolf Hitler, the one responsible for at least the death of 6 million Jews and many more outside of that in World War II. But now that he wants to post silly videos, oh my gosh, it's outrageous and unhinged. And by the way, regardless of the fact that the president had 2 failed assassination attempts against him, even though he did get shot in the ear and Charlie Kirk was murdered, have they stopped using all of this hateful rhetoric against him? No. Have the attacks against members of ICE stopped? No, they've gotten worse. So the violence is creeping up. Have attacks against Christians gotten worse? Yes. So the violence is heating up from the left, and they haven't stopped any of their rhetoric. But hey, these silly AI videos is where we got to draw the line. Give me a freaking break. So let's recap, guys. Well, government shutdowns are bad. You can't negotiate things during government shutdowns unless the Democrats want to do it. I wonder how many of their constituents are going to think that this is okay. Like, hey, well, the Democrats said that this is okay because of healthcare costs, so it's okay to do it this time. It's okay for many government workers to be out of work just because the Democrats said that this time it matters, so we're going to do it. It didn't matter any other time when the Republicans want to shut down the government, but when the Democrats want to do it, it's okay. This is basically Democrat 101. Everything that they try to say is okay. Hey, if they want to release stupid memes and AI videos, which they've been doing way before this, by the way, against President Trump, J.D. Vance, many others, then it's okay and it's funny. And oh my gosh, quit being such a baby. Like, oh, the Republicans are crying. That's what they'll say. But then the president does it and he does it well. Pretty much anytime he's successful at anything, they're like, this is outrageous. How dare he? These guys are little P words, man. I love the fact that they're playing the clips, that they're rolling the clips. So they're not playing complete deep cover for the radical left Democrat politicians like they were during Sleepy Joe, saying, oh, there's no cognitive decline. You guys just making that up, which was ridiculously stupid. And everybody knew that they were lying. Even the Democrats, voters knew that they were lying. But in this case, at least they're like half and half. They're playing cover for the illegal aliens getting health care because they know that it's complicated enough to where the average Democrat is not going to look deep enough into it to really understand what's going on. And they're also pointing out the fact that, hey, this government shutdown doesn't look good for Democrats, probably because they're trying to help these politicians to save their political careers because they know that the shutdown inevitably looks like it's the Democrats' fault. Who is voting to shut it down? Democrats. Who are not likely to really get anything because you just had a CR that passed, as Welker just said, that ended these Obama care tax credits. It's not going to happen. The Republicans are not going to renegotiate that. And if they did, I would be extremely disappointed with them because there's no point in them renegotiating anything. If you just pass it, a big, beautiful bill with something in it, don't renegotiate it like a few months later. That would just be stupid. But guys, how long do you think the Democrats are going to hold out here? I mean, they are pretty unhinged. You think they're willing to just hold the government hostage at a new record and then try to blame Republicans for it? Like, well, we're going to fight for the health care, even if we got to keep the government shut down forever and have Project 2025 implemented by President Trump. Or do you think that they're going to cave and say, well, hey, the president's the one who shut this down. He's ended, health care credits, and that anything else that goes wrong, which the Democrats are probably going to sabotage, is effectively the president and the Republicans' fault. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
It's all because of the Democrats. The Democrats are causing the loss of a lot of jobs with their, it's a shutdown. It's their shutdown, not our shutdown. It's their shutdown.